Well, this is a live look at the Vicksburg River, and as you can see, those waters are moving fast. It's a beautiful day outside as far as no rain in the forecast, but that is not slowing down the river. MEMA, Mississippi's Emergency Management Agency, is working in overdrive tonight, trying to assemble an army of experts to help handle this natural disaster. Many on the MEMA team have been working 70 to 80 hours a week. One of them is Jeff Rent, who joins us by phone tonight. Good evening, Jeff.
Oh, good evening.
How are you this evening?
Oh, we're hanging in there. We're still fighting the fight out here, and we're ready to go up for the next several weeks here as the water continues to rise.
You know, the governor was so quick to point out yesterday that we've been focusing so much on the crest in Vicksburg, which will take place Thursday. But a bigger concern is the fact that once the water hits its high point, it's not going anywhere immediately. Is that correct?
That's correct. You know, the hydrologists and the river experts are calling this a flat crest, which means once it gets up to the crest, going to remain at crest then, which is the highest point that's forecasted to reach, for maybe 5, 7, 8 days. Now, it's already above flood stage, and we could see it remain above flood stage for maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks after the water finally begins to recede as the flat crest begins to go down.
As an emergency agency, when you're looking at something like this, the longer that water sits there, what kind of problems does that create? And does it make it more dangerous in communities when you have that water sitting stagnant for long periods of time?
Well, obviously, there's a tremendous amount of saturation that goes on when the water sits there. There's the health risk. Obviously, tremendous breeding ground as we get into the warmer months, also for mosquitoes. Softening up the ground, if we were to get a severe storm, even with maybe just 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, we could see more trees that would be susceptible to falling over. It could also end up killing some of the trees and things like that, which would take them longer perhaps to die, but that causes a danger. So there are a lot of things that people haven't thought of that are sort of side effects of the water being high and sitting in areas where it's not traditionally.
And though we'd like this water to go down fast, there is actually a positive side, though, that when it starts receding, it will recede more slowly. What are the benefits of that?
In speaking with the Army Corps of Engineers, and I'm not a river expert, and I listen to what they have to say about this, they tell us that as the water recedes slowly, it really creates less erosion as it goes away. If it's a very sudden, receding or recession of the water, that can erode the areas that it's been sitting in much more. So you would actually see more damage to some of the structures and also to even things like the levees. So they like a slow fall to the river, and they say that's the best for everybody. Now, for residents who are impacted, that's probably not what they want to hear, because that means they're going to be impacted longer. You know, somebody described this best the other day. We're not in a sprint here. This is definitely a marathon with this river flooding.
It is, and some of us not in great shape to be handling this. All right, Jeff Rent from MEMA, thank you so much for taking time out today. I know you are a busy man. Be safe out there. We appreciate your time. Well, many are documenting this historic flood, and some are emailing pictures to us, which we are grateful for. Thanks to Becky Brown, who sent us several pictures today. Here are a few of them. Take a look at the stunning image she shot. It's the river water rushing over the wall of the Ameristar Casino in Vicksburg. Becky also shot this photo. This is of the Diamond Jacks Casino. Look at that water. Can you believe how high it's come all the way up the wall? By the way, if you have flood pictures of damage, first of all, be safe to take them, but if you do have them, we'd like you to share them with us. You can send them to us at pictures@wjtv.com.
Coming up in sports, the Madison Central and Northwest Rankin softball teams fighting each other for a spot in next week's championship series, plus highlights from today's Class 2, 4, and 6A state track meet right after this. And the Braves win 5-2. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Now, your Storm Team 12 weekend forecast.
We're finally getting a break from the hot and humid conditions. We won't be back in the 80s until Thursday, but definitely a relief from those hot conditions.
Oh, it definitely is. All right. Well, that's all of our time for tonight. Our flood coverage continues tonight at 10 o'clock. We leave you now with a shot from Vicksburg. We'll see you tonight at 10. Have a good evening.